Shalom, family trendsetter. All praises be to the Most High Power Hashem for allowing us to see another day. Now, I want to show y'all a video right after my brief commentary of how they can actually create people that doesn't exist. In other words, AI can create or generate people that actually doesn't exist. Now, the reason why I'm making this video because somebody pointed out on their channel that the shooter in Texas that murdered these children, allegedly murdered these children, right? And I'm not even gonna say allegedly because it did happen, but the alleged shooter the alleged shooter did not have any criminal record, but yet still they was able to produce a mugshot. If you look up to the right of my screen, you'll see the mugshot that they produced. It looked like a mugshot to me. I mean, I don't know where they get this photo from. Clearly this shit looked like a mugshot. So as a person pointed out in a video, if he didn't have any criminal record, how the fuck did he get a mugshot? Right? And I'm saying to myself, damn, that's kind of weird, because that is right. If he didn't have any criminal record, why does it appear that he has a mugshot? So I'm not saying that the shooting didn't occur, but I'm questioning how it occurred. Because if you ever notice in some of these mass shootings, right, except for white people, the white shooters, of course, you notice that the other shooters always, for some reason, get killed in the process of committing these mass shootings. Non-white people always allegedly get murdered, you know what I'm saying? Because I guess dead men tell no tale, right? So, you know, my mind went there. I'm saying to myself, did they actually generate this photo of this individual that really didn't exist and create a narrative? Because, you know, we only going by what we hear on the news. You know what I'm saying? I've seen a lot of instances where they have staged false flag. And I hate to say it, but I've seen a lot of staged false flag. As a matter of fact, there was one video that I seen where they were showing in Ukraine body bags, right, of allegedly dead people and shit. And somebody actually came out of the body bag, couldn't breathe. They were suffocating because they was really alive. They was actors. And this motherfucker actually zipped down the body bag, and you can see where they was trying to pan away from the scene or whatever, right? Or the scene, I would say, and pretty much exposed that this was definitely not what it appeared to be. So again, I'm not saying that the shooting didn't occur. It was too many people out there to be acting, but I've seen scenarios where I've seen the same exact person. They call them crisis actors, right? In the same area. Again, for the record, false flag doesn't mean it didn't happen. It just means we have to question how it happened. You know what I'm saying? I believe that they're manipulating people's minds to go out there and commit murder or mass shootings. I believe that shit, right? But I don't want to go too far with that because I don't want to say conspiracy theory. But again, if you look up to your right of the screen, how did they generate art? How did they get this photo that appears to be mugshot if he didn't have any criminal record? Again, family, we have to question everything. Every fucking thing we have to question, including religion and this nigga named Jesus Christ that ain't saving nobody. Alright? But stay tuned for the video that follows. Shalom.
With Dr. Károly Zsolnai Fehér. Today, I am going to try to tell you the glorious tale of AI-based human face generation and showcase an absolutely unbelievable new paper in this area. Early in this series, we covered a stunning paper that showcased a system that could not only classify an image, but write a proper sentence on what is going on and could cover even highly non-trivial cases. You may be surprised, but this thing is not recent at all. This is 4-year-old news. Insanity. Later, researchers turned this whole problem around and performed something that was previously thought to be impossible. They started using these networks to generate photorealistic images from a written text description. We could create new bird species by specifying that it should have orange legs and a short yellow bill. Then, researchers at NVIDIA recognized and addressed two shortcomings. One was that the images were not that detailed, and two, even though we could input text, we couldn't exert too much artistic control over the results. In came StyleGAN to the rescue, which was then able to perform both of these difficult tasks really well. Furthermore, there are some features that are highly localized. As we exert control over these images, you can see how this part of the teeth and eyes were pinned to a particular location, and the algorithm just refuses to let it go, sometimes to the detriment of its surroundings. A follow-up work titled StyleGAN 2 addresses all of these problems in one go. So, StyleGAN 2 was able to perform near-perfect synthesis of human faces, and remember, none of these people that you see here really exist. Quite remarkable. So, how can we improve this magnificent technique? Well, this new work can do so many things, I don't even know where to start. First and most important, we now have much more intuitive artistic control over the output images. We can add or remove a beard, make the subject younger or older, change their hairstyle, make their hairline recede, put a smile on their face, or even make their nose pointier. Absolute witchcraft. So why can we do all this with this new method? The key idea is that it is not using a generative adversarial network, a GAN in short. A GAN means two competing neural networks where one is trained to generate new images and the other one is used to tell whether the generated images are real or fake. GANs dominated this field for a long while because of their powerful generation capabilities, but on the other hand, they are quite difficult to train and we only have limited control over its output. Among other changes, this work disassembles the generator network into F and G and the discriminator network into E and D, or in other words, adds an encoder and decoder network here. Why? The key idea is that the encoder compresses the image data down into a representation that we can edit more easily. This is the land of beards and smiles, or in other words, all of these intuitive features that we can edit exist here, and when we are done, we can decompress the output with the decoder network and produce these beautiful images. This is already incredible. But what else can we do with this new architecture? A lot more. For instance, if we add a source and destination subjects, their coarse, middle, or fine styles can also be mixed. What does that mean exactly? The coarse part means that high-level attributes like pose, hairstyle, and face shape will resemble the source subject. In other words, the child will remain a child and inherit some of the properties of the destination people. However, as we transition to the fine from source part, the effect of the destination subject will be stronger and the source will only be used to change the color scheme and microstructure of this image. Interestingly, it also changes the background of the subject. 3. It can also perform image interpolation. This means that we have these 4 images as starting points and it can compute intermediate images between them. You see here that as we slowly become Bill Gates, somewhere along the way, glasses appear. Now note that interpolating between images is not difficult in the slightest and has been possible for a long time. All we need to do is just compute average results between these images. So, what makes a good interpolation process? Well, we are talking about good interpolation when each of the intermediate images makes sense and can stand on their own. I think this technique does amazingly well at that. I'll stop the process at different places, you can see for yourself, and let me know in the comments if you agree or not. I also kindly thank the authors for creating more footage just for us to showcase in this series. That is a huge honor. Thank you so much. And note that StyleGAN 2 appeared around December of 2019, and now this paper by the name Adversarial Latent Autoencoders appeared only 4 months later. 4 months later. My goodness, this is so much progress in so little time, it truly makes my head spin. What a time to be alive! What you see here is an instrumentation of this exact paper we have talked about, which was made by Weights and Biases. I think organizing these experiments really showcases the usability of their system. Weights and Biases provides tools to track your experiments in your deep learning projects. Their system is designed to save you a ton of time and money, and it is actively used in projects at prestigious labs such as OpenAI, Toyota Research, GitHub, and more. And the best part is that if you have an open source, academic, or personal project, you can use their tools for free. It really is as good as it gets. Make sure to visit them through wnb.com/papers or just click the link in the video description to start tracking your experiments in 5 minutes. Our thanks to Weights and Biases for their long-standing support and for helping us make better videos for you. Thanks for watching and for your generous